Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special New York Jets related live stream. Now, I'm sure you're all still celebrating that dominant performance over the New England Patriots from last night's game. I still am. I'm still celebrating it like I think every Jets fan has every right to do. Um, but today's video, I want to talk to you guys about why the New York Jets, as great as the team played last night, I think the number one storyline for the New York Jets season so far is their offensive line. And let me explain my reason why. For starters, as bad as our quarterback was the past few seasons, for the past several seasons, excuse me. What really hurt us just as bad, if not worse, than our quarterback play was our offensive line. Prior to this season, our offensive line has been, for the most part, to put it simple and to the point, atrocious. I mean, we couldn't pass protect. Yes, I'm doing a live stream. We couldn't pass protect very well. We couldn't block in the running game very well. We a lot of times we couldn't do anything offensively consistently the past several years. The last time we New York Jet fans saw our beloved New York Jets have a good to very good offense was 2015 when, of all quarterbacks, Ryan Fitzpatrick broke out for us somewhat. The last time we had a good offensive line was 2015 when we still had Nick Mangold, the Brickashaw Ferguson, those guys. Now, if you look at this offensive line, I understand a couple of our offensive linemen are in their 30s, Tyron Smith, but when he's healthy and on the field and when he plays, he's one of the best of all time, who has been tremendous so far for us. On the right side, we still have Morgan Moses. Thank God his injury wasn't any form of severity whatsoever. Thank the Lord for that. We have a rising star at left guard in John Simpson, who, if I'm the Jets, I would probably give him a contract extension either either by the end of this year, if not before the end of next season. We have a rising star at center in Joe Tippin, who looks like the real deal. And of course, we have the great Elijah Vera Tucker, who, when healthy on the field, is amazing. And these guys so far have been tremendous for us, not just in the run blocking, which I think we can all agree has been gotten better these last couple of games, but they have been sensational in pass protection. I mean, how many times have we seen our quarterbacks, whether they were Josh McCown, Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2016, not Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, and even Zach Wilson? How many times have we seen our quarterbacks constantly run for their life almost every time they went to drop back and pass? Too many times, if I don't say so myself. Well, thankfully, we don't have that problem because our offensive line has finally been fixed. It has been revamped. It has been improved. And so far, it has been tremendous. Our offensive line is giving Aaron Rodgers the time to be successful. He's had, for the majority of his career with the Green Bay Packers, an excellent offensive line. A very good to excellent offensive line. And so far as a Jet, he has a future Hall of Fame left tackle blocking his blind side. And on the right side, he's got a very good player in Morgan Moses. He has been absolutely, our offensive line, I'd say if there's one thing about my team, about our beloved New York Jets that has made me happy the most is our offensive line. And, as I said, We need an offensive line. We can sit there and say, our quarterback sucks. Well, yeah, that may be true, but the offensive line ain't that much better. Well, even though Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old, he's still playing at a high level, which to me shouldn't really surprise anybody because Tom Brady did it in his 40s, Drew Brees did it to some degree in his 40s, and so did Brett Favre to some extent in his 40s. So, Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that constantly keeps his body healthy and keeps himself in phenomenal physical shape. Plus, you can also make a strong argument that Aaron Rodgers, from a football IQ standpoint, is just as intelligent as Peyton Manning. I mean, there hasn't a defense that he hasn't seen throughout his entire NFL career. Like Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers is a student of the game. That's what makes him so dangerous and so good. You know, and I don't think people talk about this enough, but to me, the highlight of the game was John Simpson standing out for Brees Hall. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, let me refresh your memory. There was a play in the game where Rodgers threw a check down to Brees Hall, and he gets stopped in the backfield. Then Tavai, the star linebacker of the Patriots, decides to be cute or funny and does a German-like suplex on Brees Hall, gets flagged for unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct, things like that. And John Simpson, being a dog, having none of that bullshit, is like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Why'd you do that? You made the play. Go back to your fucking huddle. And I forgot the guy who broadcasts the game along with Al Michaels. FYI, I'm a huge fan of Al Michaels. He pretty much said none of the Jets' offensive linemen did that last year. No Jet offensive lineman did that last year. That's a pretty big statement and a important fact. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Mama. Mama, I'll talk. But no. Yeah, I told you. But what I will say is that look, man, last night I'm not look, we scored not only because of our quarterback play, because how great our offensive line has been. We scored 9 touchdowns the first 3 games of the season. I think, according to my memory, we didn't score our 9th touchdown of the season until either the 10th or 11th game of the season last year. This is what happens when you have a quarterback that can play at not only at a competent level, but at a really good level, and an offensive line that knows what the hell to do, that knows how to do its job, that knows how to block for the quarterback, that knows how to open up holes in the running game, and that knows how important the line of scrimmage is. We have a great offensive line. And I know we can sit there and portray our defensive line has a lot of depth too. Our defensive line has been good the past 3 seasons because of not only the talent, but the depth. And what I will say is that our offensive line, I mean, as a New York Jets fan, our offensive line, to me, should be the number one story of this season. Because Joe Douglas was brought in to build this team to the trenches. And I will say this, he has struggled early on, but I think as time went on, he got better and better. And this year, he got his shit together. I know there are those who can't stand Joe Douglas for a variety of reasons, but I'm one of those people that in a lot of ways, still believes in Joe Douglas. I think he's proven himself this season that he is the guy for the job. Now, I know people are still pissed at him for trading for his son because the guy hasn't shown up yet. Well, Joe Douglas did say if you show up, we'll make a deal. But what can I tell you? And plus, Bryce Huff has been a no-show for the Eagles so far this year, which surprises the hell out of me. And also, Will McDonald looks like a stud. I mean, he showed flashes of being a good player his rookie year, even though he was there for a cup of coffee. He's playing very well this year, and I think the injury to Jermaine Johnson, who I think still has the potential to be a really good player in this end of in the season, who I know a lot of people love Jermaine Johnson. They loved him coming out of Florida State. And believe me, I did too, but it is what it is. But you know, I mean, last night's game was a thing of beauty. Yeah, it was a squash match. It was an ass whooping. But what made it so good to watch was the offensive line. I mean, yes, our defense, we know our defense is very talented. We know our special team's good. I know people were pissed that Greg Zuerlein missed the field goal. But if Greg Zuerlein somehow has a down year, at least he's making the extra points in terms of field goal wise. I wouldn't have too much of an issue because last year it was pretty much Greg Zuerlein or bust because our offense was hot garbage last year. And I think you guys will understand what I mean by that. But yeah, Greg the Leg, man. I mean, he's 2 for 3 in field goals. He's kicked all of his extra points. But we scored 3 fucking touchdowns in 3 straight games. That's 9. Our defense is playing better. Our defense is playing better. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, sorry this won't be a call-in show. I'm gonna end this little short stream right now. Hope you guys enjoyed what I said. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.